the studios of TLC Talk Radio, you are in the mix with a vibrant mix with Tasha, Tamiko, and Fred. I'm your girl, Tasha, and guess what, everyone? For a change, we are all here together. Yeah. And if you are watching the video, Tamiko is hiding, but she is here. She has a microphone. What's up, co-host?
Hola.
That's your big return from break greeting. Hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo está?
Muy bien.
What's up, Tasha, Fred?
Hey, how's
Good
it
to
going?
see y'all. Did I see y'all this year?
Yes.
Okay, so I've seen you this year. Okay.
Just maybe once or twice.
Yeah. It's crazy. Right.
We miss you.
I miss you all too.
I know that you have this long commute, and your baby drove you out here, and Auntie Sasha feels pretty old.
He did.
Because he can drive. When we met, he could not drive.
Exactly.
And I'm a little bit salty. A little bit. What's up, Fred?
Good evening.
You should probably get a mic.
Okay. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, brother?
I'm doing all right.
He's just like, oh, okay, I got
I see you and Tamiko.
Man. Well, you know.
I'm going to take a picture.
I think we did. And
Yeah.
shout out to Pastor Mike Neal, who is angry that we're never here together.
Right.
When he's here, we have a great show lined up for you. Again, if you're watching the video, you see guests in studio, and one of them is a friend of the show, a friend of everybody. That's my boy, Bala Williams of Netflix and Chill. What now? Everyone.
They love me.
They love him, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you. I don't know how other people feel. I guess. So, yeah, Bala's here to talk about his group, Netflix and Chill. And I found out during the pre-show that Fred used to be an admin, and I'm kind of offended that I was never added to the group, but we'll talk about that offline.
Safety reasons.
Safe for who?
Safety.
For me?
Safety.
Uh-huh.
My story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, go with that. And also in studio with us is Netflix and Chill member Jackie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hello.
Yay, welcome. So let's just kind of jump right in. Bala, what is Netflix and Chill? Why was it
Yes.
founded? What's the purpose? What do you hope to accomplish? Tell us about it.
Well, actually, Netflix and Chill Chicago, which is affectionately known as NAC, was founded by one of Lindblom alum, Abronia Young, A.B. Young. And it was founded as a singles group for people to meet, to mingle, and get together and enjoy each other and do things that singles do. You know, provide a way and outlet for single, busy people to be able to just come together and enjoy single life and actually possibly even find love. And we've had a number of people who've done just that in the group.
Yeah, any marriages?
As a matter of fact, yes.
That's great.
Jackie, you know of any marriages that we've had in NAC?
We have had so far 2 marriages.
Wow.
We have a third coming up in July.
Yep. July the 20th, and I'm actually the best man in that wedding.
Clearly, I'm in the wrong
Wow.
Facebook groups. Clearly.
They've been holding out on us.
Like, dude. So it's a way for people to meet, you know, and I'm assuming it's a safe space for singles.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's a safe space for singles. I mean, everybody gets on there. Some members have just like been together so long. It's more like a family.
We cousins now.
Yeah, we all cousins. A lot of us are cousins. Some of them are kissing cousins now, I guess. But
Wow.
no, I joke. I kid.
Hey.
But no, but really,
It's none of our business.
See, I do not want to know about your incest, please. No,
I'm a mandated reporter as an educator, so if y'all would let that ride.
I guarantee. No, it's all consensual adults. So it really is an opportunity for singles to just get around each other, feel comfortable enough to
get
share.
around?
See, I said get around in the most innocent of ways.
Yeah, whatever, Bala.
Is what I meant.
Nobody believes this.
For them to come together. Oh gosh, how can I even say this?
This is a family
This
show.
This is why
For
we
them
can't
to
have nice
unite.
things.
To unite.
Right.
Unite.
But it should be together. But no, even coming together is always good. No, but really, honestly, it really is an opportunity for people that are single, like-minded singles, to be able to unite and enjoy each other's company in an adult setting of their choosing. And we try to do things, different than just going out and partying because we're adults. We have jobs, we have lives, we have children. So we try to do things that are beyond just the regular norm of partying. We have conversation parties, where we have an opportunity to talk about various topics. As a matter of fact, we have something coming up on April the 7th at Wild Blossom Meadery and Winery.
Meadery.
Where is this located?
This is located on 90th and Hermitage.
I heard about this last
This
week.
place, this place is really a gem on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
Unknown right now, but I believe that with a couple of events, word of mouth, that place will be very well known, and people will have an opportunity to visit and take part in the mead. Do you guys know what mead is?
Tell us.
Well, wine, as you know, is fermented grapes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just take a sip of some fermented grapes.
Because nobody knew what that meant. He needed to give us a visual.
Yes. Mead is fermented honey. So I heard a rumor. I don't. The guy was maybe just trying to sell me, but he said honeymoon actually stems from mead being offered 28 days or until a full moon cycle. That's where they got honeymoon. So we're going to have to, everybody get your Google, do your facts check if honeymoon, where it derived from, if that is indeed the case. That's your lesson from Brother Balance Williams for today.
All right.
So it's an organization. Are you out? So you go offline. Tell us about Talk About It Tuesday, because I had an opportunity to participate in one of them. And you said y'all had jobs, but y'all up pretty late. I just listen. And then I heard that you got told off.
Oh, did I got told off?
We cut it short that night. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you told off.
It was a different format than what people were accustomed to. Talk About It Tuesday is a segment that we do on Tuesdays. I think it's one of Jackie's favorite segments because she's always cheering it on. And
no comment.
But it's an opportunity for myself. I usually am the moderator, and I meet with a couple of members from the group in a very laid back setting. I usually bring whomever's hosting it, because we have it at someone's home. Whomever's hosting it, I usually bring a bottle of their favorite drink, like a fifth of whatever they're drinking. And we'll bring food, and we just sit around and we'll talk about various topics. And I usually come up with the topic, and we'll ask questions in advance for people to sponsor some questions. But I'll usually kick it off with a question off the top and ask, and we'll conversate. We'll converse. Apologies.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know I went to Limblom, so I had to correct that real quick.
Jackie, what's your role in Netflix and Chill?
I am an admin in Netflix and Chill as well. I've been an admin for over a year now. So pretty much like any other group, admin role. Try to keep it going, pose questions, put up funny memes. I'll keep it at that. And I also participate in Talk About It Tuesday. We have outings. I'm there with that. So yeah, Squirrel.
Yeah. Jackie is very modest. She plays a big part in NAC. She's one of the main people who has a very good handle on our graphics. So like the graphics that I sent you, that was her creation.
Nice.
Jackie also is a great administrator. She has her own segments on Sundays, which is our confessions, and the confessions that you see are quite comical.
Of course, they're confessions on Sunday.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, we get all the confessions out on Sunday, so that way we can act the fool during the week.
Is that what it is? How does one become a member of Netflix and Chill? Because again, I'm still a little bit salty that I'm not a member. I mean, do you have to pay a fee? Do you have to be a personal friend of Bala? This is me rolling my eyes. Tell us about this in all seriousness.
Okay.
Oh, me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll let you. I'll let you.
I mean, if you come across a group, send us a request. Or you can always be added. By someone. So definitely,
maybe Bala will add the members of Vibrant Mix.
Well, some, because some members of the Vibrant Mix are no longer.
Did you
single.
call us the Vibrant Mix? Is that what you did?
Vibrant Mix?
Yeah.
A vibrant mix.
A vibrant
It's
mix.
a whole sign behind
Fred,
it.
what was your experience like with the group?
And she passes the microphone, so we can hear this clearly.
No comment.
Oh.
No. It was a fun group. Like you said, at the time I was in there, we had outings, get-togethers. It was a lot of fun. Like you said, for single people, just getting together, the camaraderie, forgetting about life. We all got our issues and problems and
You probably have
things
more than
going
some.
on, and it's an escape, right? So it was a lot of fun. And then when I got engaged and married, I had to get out because I was no longer single. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That is wise.
But it's unlike some groups that can get kind of crazy. It may be a little offensive, or people can't handle it. You have adults who, can't adult.
They don't know how to adult.
Because one of
Danger
the things,
Will Robinson.
well, people on Facebook that has been in Facebook groups. One of the reasons why Facebook groups don't last is because once people get together and start adulting together, people start to get jealous of different people adulting, and all of that happens, and jealousy happens, and But in this group, it's different. It's just a different vibe.
So, we promote a lot of positivity here. And so I think, that's great. Like, what happens if there is a negative interaction? Do we send Bala to their crib, or how's that go?
I get big Petey, little Petey, medium-sized Petey. No.
All of them.
I mean, it does happen.
Sure.
It people put stuff on the wall, and they're targeting someone. Some people have gone live, and and it's like it's a lot of admin, so we shut it down.
Yeah.
We shut it down immediately.
Yeah.
We look at it as like, okay, what's going on here? We may reach out to them. Look, keep your personal business off the wall. Right. Sometimes even AB, she'll go live. Look, y'all know this is not what we about. Get it off my wall. Get yourself together. Because her favorite line. But with the negative, like I said, it comes. It's gonna come regardless.
Sure,
but
that's
we
in anything.
shut it down.
Yeah.
Very good.
And
Very
AB
good.
Young is a friend of a Vibrant Mix.
She is.
She is.
She's been on the show with her other organization, True Black Girl Magic. Definitely.
Which Miss Jackie is also part of. True Black Girl Magic, a very important part of that as well.
Excellent. So how do you all promote the group?
We don't. It's a secret.
Yet you're on this radio show. How does this work?
No. Well, I guess usually we're out.
Okay.
And a number of us are pretty lively when we're out together. So people will ask questions as far as, where the group is or what the group is about. Who are you guys? You'll hear us shouting out NAC or things of that nature. And they're like, well, NAC, what is that? So that's how some people come to find out about it. Also, people will come to events, and when they come to the events, they see how we interact with one another. I can say for Netflix and Chill, because there are a number of social media groups, right? Even Netflix and Chill was originally a part, or the members were a part of a different group and branched off into their own. Thank God for the vision of AB Young. And with that, there's some differences with these other groups. A lot of these other groups that we'd heard were very cliquish, very standoffish. They would only take pictures. The admins would take pictures with themselves and, mingle about themselves. And the commoners, if you will, felt left out, So with us, we really try and strive to include everybody.
Sure.
But we tell people in order to be included, you need to participate.
Yeah.
It's a two-part thing. So if you don't participate, you can't say, well, they ain't nobody talk to me, don't nobody, care about me, my opinions don't matter. It's not that. It's just that you've not made yourself known so that we can know who you are and be able to properly greet you, hang out with you, learn more about you, and, you can participate in certain things. Like we just had this challenge, the 30-Day Bay Challenge.
Tell us about that.
Well, the 30-Day Bay Challenge was sponsored and started by another one of the admins, Stephanie, the Oracle. we call her, and Stephanie. I think you remember. You remember Steph. So Stephanie is, to me, she's like the ultimate love guru in the group.
Okay.
She's all about love.
Sure.
And she had an event where we matched up different people based off of certain questions they asked on the quiz, characteristics, criteria, and they were obligated to each other for 30 days as a relationship, and they had to act and connect as such, meaning contact on a regular basis, meaning interacting, going out on dates on a regular basis. Even I think some people had to meet family or friends to kind of find out a little bit more about other people.
Interesting.
So we did that, and there was a number of people that signed up for it, which we knew it would be. It was a great opportunity. I think it was like 30 people.
It was a great
30.
opportunity if you had been invited to the group.
Okay, all right. So I see a little salt, feel a little salt, feel a little shade. Right.
Yeah,
now.
a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm the executive producer, so.
I understand.
Yeah.
So the next time that we have that, and Tasha's a part of the group, you know, but no, even though we had a good turnout of people, everybody didn't get matched up with whom they thought they would or would wanted to. And as you learn about the person, you make the decision, hey, I don't see this going anywhere. But a nice number of people still continued after the 30 days, and
nice.
they developed into actual relationships.
I love it.
And it was not only just to learn about the other person, but to learn about yourself.
Yes.
Certainly.
How did you match them up? What was the method for matching up individuals?
There was a questionnaire that they had to fill out on a website. I don't know what the questions were, what was contained, but there was a questionnaire they had to fill out. And not only that, but because a lot of people had been in a group for so long and interacted, you kind of know somebody's personality.
Right.
And so she kind of knew who would be a good fit. Not only that, but also based off the questions that they answered.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
a real good concept.
Yes.
I like that.
You know, I've always said that I don't know how I would feel about matchmaking as far as that traditional, kind of arranged marriages, but I understand why people do it, because there's sometimes people can see things that you can't.
Yeah.
Between you and, whoever your future partner is going to be. How many followers do you all have? Members, followers?
At least there's 1.1 thousand members in the group.
Okay.
We have certain periods, certain events that go on, and membership, it increases as far as the activity.
Sure.
Like I know Talk About It Tuesdays is very active. Sunday Confessions are very active. Throwback Thursdays. We actually
Fridays are also.
Oh yeah, freaky. Oh well.
Friday.
Feel Good Friday. I like to call it. Yeah,
Because it's freaky.
Yeah, I'll leave it at Feel Good Friday.
A
Let me
lot
sip
of
my
people
my
get
wine
very
here.
expressive.
Mm.
I mean, not expressive through memes. Let me.
Yes.
Through memes, and I like to throw a lot of questions out.
Yes.
Those
Adult questions.
Yeah, adult questions.
All
Thank
right.
you. Yeah, I'll throw those adult questions out. So,
What is without, revealing any personal details, what's the craziest confession you all have seen? Or can you share that? Is that confidential?
One of the craziest that I've seen, a guy, I guess, he's out of the group now, but he's married. And he said, so he's married, and him and his wife had a girlfriend.
Okay.
If you will.
They invited company into the bedroom?
Yes, they invite company, and I guess
My mama said I couldn't have no company. Just so we're clear.
he confessed that he invited the girlfriend over while the wife was upstairs asleep. He was in the basement for a little activity. And it.
Did he mention how the wife responded, or if she ever found out?
He said that he told her or sent her a text or whatever the case was, and she was fine with it. Because again, this is
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Lord.
Yeah.
They're open.
Mm.
Some things were open at
Things
that
were open.
that juncture. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
Where is my wine?
You're running low. Running low.
Ridiculous. So, we are going to defer to you today. We normally do the question of the week, and we're going to kind of defer to Bala. So, there was something specific that you wanted to discuss on the show as it relates to the Black relationship. So, you are tonight's guest producer. Tell us about it. Yes, you.
I feel honored. Thank you.
Oh.
I saw you turn your mic on.
So, like I said, when we do these Talk About It Tuesdays, and now we have Conversation and Cocktails on April the 7th, one of the popular discussion topics I love to share with you guys is finance and romance. That is a very popular subject because I think that people have different opinions and different mentalities about finance as well as romance and how the two connect. We had a discussion today. There's something flying around about a woman and a man, they're together. I think they're maybe married, and they both make the same income, but the woman feels that the man should pay all the bills and take care of all the things for the household, and she should keep her income to save or take care of things that she wants to. And she feels that he should do this because he is the leader, and that is his role.
I do not have a poker face.
Put your foot down.
That is what she says. So there was a lot of discussion about this. I'll hold off my own opinion, but I pose this question to, especially to you ladies.
Tamiko Cole gave her microwave like I'm not in that.
Oh no, Miko.
Oh.
You are going to. I would love to hear your opinion on this, but I will ask you ladies, if you had a man, you guys made the same income. Do you have what is your expectations for how income is divided amongst your household, and who is to handle what obligations? As I sip my wine.
See, I think what you said is, what are your thoughts? And so I think every household is different. So, whatever you all agree upon. I know that sounds like it's a cop out. For me, in that situation, I think she's being unfair, but I don't live with him. So whatever. But I think, that's, if she wants the very traditional husband, then my thought would be, you be the very traditional wife. Maybe you like that, maybe you don't. I don't know what that looks like to you. You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with, I'm cool. Dear future husband, I can stay home and raise babies. Love, Tasha. You see, I'm
Hashtag Boyfriend Chronicles.
Right. That's all right. I need to bring those back. I think if he's okay with it, fine. I wouldn't put that burden on my husband. You know what I mean? And then I have questions. Are you saving for the house? Are you buying Prada shoes? Which, fine. If you make that income and you want some Prada shoes or whatever. But what's the goal? Are you saving for you all as a couple?
Right.
Or you just
saving
like,
for an
I'm
estate?
going kicking it with my girl, my sister is trifling with her money, so I'm gonna just bail her out every month. Like, what? What are you doing? Right. What is the goal? That would be my question. But guess what? If he like it,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh.
If he like it, what?
I love it because I don't live with him.
Yeah.
But that's not something I personally would put on my partner. Now,
Okay.
if the income was inequitable, so
If the income was what?
inequitable. What,
Okay.
you sleepy?
No.
Okay.
It's a big
So
word.
if
That means it's not equitable.
I believe Fred went to Harper. So he came in for lunch.
Fake ID.
Then that's a very different conversation. So like when I moved and left public education, I took a 50% pay cut. And so if I were still married, then yeah, those things shift because I ain't got no money. So I'm gonna go and do these utilities. And you do these things over here.
Yeah, but at least you doing the utilities. According to he's doing everything. I mean, he's buying the groceries. He's paying the car notes. He's putting gas in the car.
Again, if he cool with that, because some men
And
want
hers
that.
is hers.
Right.
I give her credit.
For
She's putting it out there. This is what I want. This is what I need. If you can conform to it, fine. If you can't, fine. If there's a guy out there for her that is willing to do it, and her openness must really be good, then hey, more power to you.
Be creative.
But I
Oh my God.
like Tasha said, each couple do their own thing.
Right.
Whatever fits. I think the most important thing is to make sure that everybody's transparent with the money and make sure that the best person is with the money is the best person. You
Right.
have a couple where a person ain't that good with money and another person is.
Right. He thinks
And
2
then
plus 2 is 7.
and then the next problem could be even the person that's not good with money, are they open enough and willing to let that other person handle the money? Say if it's a man that don't handle money well, he might not be open to the fact that she's got control and he has like not to say a salary, but he only can get a little bit
He has an
allowance.
allowance.
He might not be comfortable with that.
Right.
So
He-
those
he
are
would be
all the type of
uncomfortable.
things you got to get out the way.
Yeah.
Before. And then when you get into a relationship, it kind of evolves too.
And so that would be my question. We do not have a waitress.
Excuse me, white girl.
My question would be,
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Thank you so
wow.
much.
My question would be,
Appreciate
was this
you.
something, like Fred said, did they discuss this from jump? Did she change the rule in the middle of the game? We married
Right.
now. This how it's going to be. It's like the dude who, when you get home, you're like, okay, well, you my wife now. So you can't do all that stuff we used to do in there because you somebody's mama, huh?
Yeah, because everybody's different. If it's a situation where we're having kids, she has to stay home with the kids. That's fine. If I'm making enough to handle everything, that's fine. I want an ambitious woman that wants and have goals for herself beyond the children, but the kids are a very important part of what we do.
Yeah, because they're the kids.
But like you said, it's the communication part of it. It's always being open to what you need, what you want, and what's best for the relationship.
Miko. Would love to get your insight.
Yeah.
Did she kick it off with that?
I just think it's one of those things. I hope you had this conversation
Right.
before you
Got
settle
married.
down into a relationship. However, I feel like we just don't live in an economy that permits you to do that. And I've heard this so many times. And in some instances, it's selfish.
Yeah, that was mine.
It's selfish. I mean, as a woman, I think you could do much more, especially if children are involved, if you have 2 incomes. Now, if that one income is very short, then you need to sit down and discuss, well, maybe you should stay at home with the kids because that might be just
Might save
about
you
what
money
you're
in the long
paying in
time.
child care.
Right.
Because child care can be a house note and car payment plus insurance,
Sure.
especially if you have multiple little ones. But I just feel like the economy isn't like what it used to be when men were able to go out there and work and provide for the family and the woman didn't have to work. It's just not the same. You have some men who feel like that's their obligation as a man. Have at it.
Right.
But
I'ma go and
I
make this
just
steak.
don't think, I think you could go much further. You could grow, hopefully. And Fred, you hinted on something that was very good, ambitious. And not just for a female partner, but for a male partner too. Because I've been on the other end where you've had the bigger income. he didn't have the same income. And it's still a struggle, and it causes stress, unimaginable stress in your relationship. So I just think we just do not live in those times anymore, and you have to really be a team.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree on the team aspect. And one thing I pose to people to think about is usually when we think about resources, we think about money, right? And people are really ready to allow someone else that control. So to me, if I was a woman and I come to a guy with this mentality, I would honestly be concerned with him attempting to control me through finances, meaning he's paying everything. He's paying car notes. He decided, hey, you know what? You're not driving that car today. I pay that note. You know what? You're not going to be able to get your hair done today because I pay for that.
Yeah.
I pay for your nails.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Let me kill his mic.
I'm
Hold on.
no,
Right now.
But really,
Right now.
you hear so many horror stories.
That's right.
Of when
Financial
people,
abuse is real.
Yeah, I mean, when people first get married, they're dating and everything, and then they get married, and you hear about how people change. They I got you now. I'm gonna show you the real me, the controlling me, and I'm going to input all of my vices, all of my standards, all of my regulations. You now have to abide by that. You didn't know nothing about it before, but now we married.
Yo, switcheroo.
And this is what we gonna do. This is how we gonna do it. Here is your list of things and obligations that you need to commit to. Chop, chop.
Right.
Annulment.
You say
Or call your cousins Mr. Smith and Mr. Wesson. Ain't nobody playing with you around here.
So even with that, I posed a question about men, because I thought about it with the whole controlling thing. I posed a question about men. Is it wrong for a woman to take care of a man?
Take care of. Define that.
Take care of.
Does that mean she's the total breadwinner? He doesn't work, or she just makes more money?
See, and that's the thing. We equate taking care of somebody to financially.
And so that's where I was going, because I was like, what do you mean? Because I'm taking care of my man. I have all his emotional needs. I got his back in prayer. If something's bothering him, then I'm up. You know what I mean? Making sure he's good. If he needs to talk, I'm taking care of him. Mm-hmm. But on the flip, he lose his gig, I'm working it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm not going to be getting my hair done. Let's work this out, because we need, it's more important that we have these lights on around here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So define take care of. Now,
that's what I mean.
If you at home playing the video games and he's drinking 2 glasses of wine. Separate ones. Just Jesus. If I'm at work and you at home playing Super Mario Brothers because you done found a throwback Nintendo. Mm-hmm. This here.
That's fun, though. That's fun.
It is fun, but not while I'm at work every day. And if I'm going to ride with you doing that, this is highly unlikely, dear future boyfriend. I bet at least.
That means that's real good opening.
Right. That's real good opening.
Man. But I better not come home to
a dirty house,
no dinner. I come home, you home all day, and you say some mess like, so what you cooking? Yo, clothes. Get out of here. Get out.
No. I mean, too often people end up being very selfish in relationships when finances come into play. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times they didn't have that growing up. We put so much effort and so much focus on finances because we are not in tune to how finances truly affect our lives and how we need to manage our finances. Whether you manage credit, whether you manage a bank account, investment account, 401k, IRA, EPA, whatever you want, however many A's you want to go.
Pick that up.
Balance Williams is not just for conversation. Balance is actually for accounting as well.
Yay.
We make it all balance. But in actuality, we do put so much focus on that because, again, we have different mindsets. And when we walk into relationships, a lot of times we walk into relationships thinking that people are going to think the same way we do. Like they were raised the same way we were.
That right
and
there.
experience the same things that we did. We have emotional ties to money. We have emotional ties to people, right? So now you bring in
All
a
that
person,
together.
all that together, all this emotion is coming together. And when something goes wrong for some people, spending is how they find relief. Going shopping for that new pair of shoes, for that new handbag, for that purse, for that guy. He may be going shopping for a cigar. He may be going shopping for some shoes. He may be looking for a car.
Or he going to Arnie's.
But the gas off.
Or he going to Arnie's.
Whatever that looks like.
Or the box.
Yeah. And you have the one who's a saver, the one who's a spender, or worse, both of y'all spenders and nobody can count, and everybody, think cutting back means you get 1 steak instead of 4. Now the kids is like, can we do our homework, buy these candles, or are we gonna burn the house down?
Right. I remember, and you know what? And this is real talk. I was dating when I was dating my ex-wife. When we were dating, went through a financial situation. Lights was off, which also meant the gas was off. I believe the gas was off, and I had to introduce her. No, lights was off, gas was still on, but I had to introduce her to heating the house with the stove, because I've been through that.
Yeah.
Where you put big pots of water on, and you boil them, and you open up the oven to heat the house. She never experienced that. I experienced it, so I knew what to do in that situation. Is that something that I would suggest people doing? No, it's not a safe thing to do. You got carbon monoxide and all these other things.
Or you might trip over the open stove door, and I'll tell you about that when we go off the air. Go on.
Okay. All right, we're sharing.
Wasn't me.
So somebody over here scratching their head. So
Well, the lights were off, so she couldn't see.
But I mean, it's experiences like that kind of help shape people's mentalities.
Sure.
Somebody who's never had to experience having a eviction notice on their door or having lights turned off and gas turned off may have a different mentality of how things are done, especially if their parents were the ones paying all the bills and taking care of things for them. They never experienced when things were bad.
They've never experienced lack or even now. I've been very fortunate. I have not experienced any kind of true lack, but I know what it looked like because my parents always made me understand this is, we got a little money, but you can't have it. This ain't about you. Right. And you, ma'am, are going to know the value of $1 because one day we won't be here. And you need to be able to take care of yourself. You can't always look back and be like, well, daddy got me. And I'm a complete daddy and mommy's girl, but they don't pay the mortgage here. You know what I mean? Nor do I expect them to. And they like, whatever. So I'm pretty good with money. You know what I mean? But you're right. That shapes you. So for me, it's like, I ain't buying that. Or I ain't getting my nails done. Right. Whereas one of my girlfriends might be like, well, why are you not doing it? I'm like, that don't make no sense. Everybody knows I'm a huge New Edition fan. If you step into the studio, they're on the wall, right?
Literally on the wall.
Literally all 6. But there was a point when I was making a financial transition that I passed on some New Edition tickets. People thought that I had lost my whole mind. Wow. And I was like, I love them. Have met them. Have danced with Gil. I can't go, though. This don't make no sense. You know what I mean? I can't do it. Yeah. And people were floored. But how many people would spend their gas money on it? Mama, can I have this hot dog? Because that's it for the groceries. You have to think about that. Yeah. And there lies the thing. It's really different people, different mentalities coming together, compromising, talking, conversing, and I think in any relationship, conversation is one of the most important things in your relationship. Honest conversation. Because that's key. A lot of people say things that they think the other person wants to hear. And then you find out like, who were you? I want to pose a question. Of course you do. Another one? Sure. Again, this is on the topic of finance and romance. So for the ladies in the room that are single, at what point? Anybody in here not single?
Yeah, is there any ladies in the room that's not single?
That would be a no.
I mean, this is asking for myself here.
Continue, sir.
All right. So
Yeah.
for the ladies in the room that are single, is there a certain point when dating someone that you start spending?
That I start spending? Spending what? Time, money, energy? Tell me. Come on, be explicit.
Well,
Not that kind of explicit. I got to watch you.
Yes.
Because
I will throw an F-bomb up in here like Hiroshima.
My sponsors. What about? What do you mean? Be clear.
When I say spending, I mean that you actually spend money on a date for the guy. Whatever the date may be. Because, I mean, it may not just be dinner.
If I ask you on a first date, if I ask you out, first of all, I don't believe in expensive first dates. It's just me, and somebody's going to be listening to this and go, really? Because I know what I just spent. But anyway, but generally speaking.
We thank all our listeners for your contributions.
Yay, me. I don't believe in expensive first dates for these reasons. You're getting to know each other. It should be, don't go to the show. Don't spend a gang of money on dinner. Let's go to a coffee house or something because you're getting to know each other. However, if I invite you out, I'm going to offer to pay. Now, most times the guy's like, no, I'm not allowing you to do that. I appreciate it, but I will offer. Are you saying dating as in the relationship or we still getting to know each other? I don't even think it matters.
Well, I mean, what is dating to you? I guess dating really is subjective to the person.
Sure.
Table for one?
Right. Because I like me a lot.
Table for one.
For Valentine's Day, so I have a friend that I mentioned before. I bought him a nice little watch.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting anything back. But anytime I look like I'm about to breathe that I need something, he about to run 12 people over to get to me to have it. So, that's just who he is. But I don't see a problem with, if I'm getting to know you and, I ain't buying you no car, but I don't have a problem with spending my resource because more valuable than the money is the time I'm spending with you. Now, that's just my perspective. Mm-hmm. My time is my money, and that's just me. Yeah.
I got you.
I don't know if that answers your question.
No, you answered because you don't look at just the resource of money.
Right.
You look at the resource of time.
Yeah. I'm spending time with you. I'm getting to know you.
The investment that I'm putting into you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because, why not?
Miko. Are you single, Miko? Yeah.
Give her her mic,
she dumped it off
please.
to Fred.
When you asked the question, what is dating? Miko said non-existent.
I don't think I'm qualified to answer that question.
No, so
it's hard out here.
So I mean, usually I personally believe that a man should pay for the first date, meeting, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
If you arrange it or not, the man is the person that should pay for it. It's the first one. That's my belief.
Jackie said Bala for president.
Bala for president.
No, I just believe that. I do, and I don't believe that it should matter even the amount of money that you spend. If you're concerned with money, I think that right. You honestly you shouldn't be dating. Do a meet and greet. I've heard women have different mentalities about a meet and greet. She's like, don't meet me. Take me out on a date. I want to dress up nice for you. I want to look nice and all that.
Not if we just meeting. You can't know where I live.
Nope. Right. So
not at all.
I'll meet you there.
I meet you there.
Right. So meeting. I mean, even then with a date. I mean, it's like, hey, I'll go to my car. I'll meet you there. I won't pick you up. You don't come by my house. No need for all of that. But when you are dating somebody, and I believe for me, dating is, I'm seeing you, I'm talking with you, and I'm interacting with you in situations that will hopefully bring us both fun and enjoyment. Definitely opportunities to converse. At some point, I'm looking at how many dates I've taken you out on, and you've not made a move or not offered to take me out.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Because there's a guy who's paying for the first dates, and if you date multiple people, because again, that's another topic about
Stop shaking
dating.
that mic.
I'm sorry, am I shaking? Oh, no, you're talking about Fred. Fred, we're gonna need you to stop playing with your mic. Stop
It's
shaking.
a habit. I'm sorry.
Stop shaking your mic.
Jesus. Continue with your story.
Thank you. So
It's more editing.
I
for me.
honestly do believe, but that was PG.
It's a dry mic.
Yeah. So I honestly believe.
Jumping out
Please
the
let me
window.
just sip my wine for a second.
So I agree with that because I think sometimes I'm of the view that I am Tasha. I am a prize.
Mhm.
However, if I'm investing my time in you, so are you.
Yes.
And so I don't have a problem with, treating you as said prize. You know what I mean? I want you to have the same.
Are you saying this?
Yes.
I want you to have the same level of, you know what I mean? I want you to feel as important to me as I should feel to you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I'm getting to know you. Now, if I figure out you crazy, that don't mean that, I got to cuss you out and blast you and all that. It's just like, look, I might even take you for a farewell dinner. This probably not going to work.
I'm going to have the waiter bring out a cake with a single candle.
Right. Voice to me ain't going to come out the back.
No, wait.
It's so hard to say goodbye. I hate everybody on this panel, by the way.
You got the
Oh, my God.
you got the bar staff singing harmony.
I can't with you.
You got Joe Clark coming out.
Check, please.
I got the check. I might prepay it. In case he start throwing stuff and I got to get out of there quickly.
If
So
I
how
don't
long-
take anything away from this tonight, that part right there will
So-
live with me
Listen.
forever.
So how long does the date last? The
Well,
last date.
If you trying to end it, I guarantee you not trying to go out to dinner. This is
it depends on how he receives it. Because he might be like, you know what? You're right. He might have been ready to end things too. Like, okay, well, this probably not going to work out. You know what I mean? But if he was feeling me and he mad and he an emotional dude, he
Cue
might
Carl
start,
Thomas.
right? He might start throwing stuff at me. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we might end as friends. Like, you cool, but this ain't gonna work for us.
Right.
Because I'm too old to just be dating to date. Like, I have a goal in mind, and I ain't saying marry me tomorrow.
Wait a minute,
'cause that's
you too
ridiculous.
old.
Dating with
I'm too old to sit. I don't mean that listen, I look great and I feel great. Don't get it twisted, brother. What I'm saying is I'm too old to date without purpose.
Okay.
And I have purpose. And that's not something we got to discuss right off the jump, first 5 minutes of our very first date. But I need to be paying attention to see what this might or might not be.
He's in
And-
deep thought.
Yeah, because he got questions for his little sister. No more questions. Now you easy. Okay.
We'll have a part
No.
two.
No, I'm just,
This is already part 2.
no, I'm just wondering. I mean, when you say dating with purpose,
So my purpose for me,
but I'm
brother,
my actual wondering was, I mean, I understand dating with purpose. I do totally get that. I do understand. I don't mean to cut you off.
you're fine.
I understand.
If I was mad, I'd have turned your mic off.
Thank you. So, hello.
Still on.
No,
Still on.
dating with purpose at a certain age range, you are looking to be with somebody for future goals.
Correct.
You are looking to advance in yourself and that person, and see if you guys have some things that are that together you're able to bring together
Certainly.
and advance.
Certainly.
But what's wrong with dating for pleasure?
Nothing. That's just not what I'm.
That's
I'm,
a show.
I'm in for.
Now that's a show.
Now that's a show.
That's a show.
Clearly, there's gonna be a part 6. There's nothing wrong with dating for pleasure, but you need to be. We talked about honest communication.
Honest communication.
That needs to be stated from jump, and then we might find out right there. You dating for pleasure. You might be interested in what I'm interested in. Like I'm not. Of course, dating should be pleasurable. Does that make sense? I gotta watch what I say to Bala. Help me, Jesus.
You ain't gonna call Jesus at that time.
I might.
That's all oh, okay. Never mind. Let me sip my wine,
Do
please.
that.
Oh my God.
So, but I'm looking for long-term relationship that will hopefully, because you can be in a long-term relationship, get to know each other after a while, and go, ooh, this ain't gonna be permanent. But that's okay.
Yeah.
You know that before you do. I had a practice wedding already, as we talked about pre-show. I'm good on the practice weddings.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I don't need that no more. Mm-hmm. It was a practice. It was nice too. But I'm just saying that for me, I need to know what your intentions are. And it may be that your intentions are one thing and it turned out to be something else. You may date with intentions to be in a long-term relationship and decide this might be a fun fling. Or it might be, man, this might be a fun fling and now you in love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happens.
It does happen.
It certainly happens.
It does.
So yeah.
See,
The plot thickens.
Stop.
Why he gotta stop?
Because he was going there.
I wasn't.
Because I was going there.
So I have a new nickname now for my man piece. So anyway,
I'll edit that out.
because the plot thickens.
Turn around the credits.
My God.
Say goodbye.
Right.
No, what I'm
We've
saying.
got 10 more minutes if you wouldn't just leave us hanging.
If we're dating with pleasure. Garcon.
Check, please.
Brother Carl, I'm
Check,
so
please.
sorry at this
Check, please.
foolishness that's going to air on your station.
So no, but I mean, ultimately, people date for different reasons.
Sure.
I'm in total 100% agreement in open communication.
Honest communication.
We're all grown.
Yes.
Speak your mind. I don't like anybody that wants to play games,
Thank
whether
you.
it be with my romance or my finance. Don't play games.
Or my time.
Let me go ahead and make the decision for myself
Yes.
of how I would like to proceed. That's something I don't like, is somebody making the decision for me. And when people do not provide you with open, honest communication, and they basically do things so they can protect your feelings,
Yeah, and be covert.
it's BS.
Right. You've taken away my option to decide for myself. You might have just wanted to fling, but you play the role like, well, I know, you into this. And okay, well, maybe I wanted to fling too, you jerk.
Right.
And so, could you give me the option?
Yeah, I agree with everything y'all just said. I'm from a personal standpoint, with me and my wife, when we first got together, it was just a fling. We were getting together, having a fling.
Having
Two
fun.
adults, adulting.
Adulting.
And, one thing led to another. We both was very open and honest with each other with what was happening in our lives, individual lives. And, okay, well, you do you, I'm doing me, blah, 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 blah. And we'll do each other every now and then. And then, there it is. But, as it started to grow.
QBBD.
Because
Do
at
me,
that particular
baby.
time when we got together, there was no thoughts of being in love,
With no
being
agenda.
together, no agenda, no we getting together, this is gonna grow, nothing. We were just two adults.
Yeah.
And it grew. So like you said, it's the openness, it's the honestness, and you never know.
Right.
You never know what may transpire.
Right.
Most people you find out who been in love, been in a relationship for a long time, the person they with, they didn't know they was gonna be with.
Yeah.
They didn't have a clue. It just grew.
It happens.
So it happens.
It happens.
But like you said, being honest from jump. Hey, I just want to jump your bones. And you know how guys lied in high school to get some.
Right. Just to get some.
You ain't got to do that no more. We
Nope.
grown.
Sure
You
don't.
say,
I
you
didn't
know
have
what,
these experiences.
ma'am, all I want to do is just have some fun. And she'd be like, you know what, that's all I want.
Why are you looking at me in that tone of voice, Bala? I did not have those experiences. I was grown before I gave it up.
Okay.
So they knew not to even approach me. Like somewhere from behind the locker, here comes her mama. Don't talk to Sasha.
I'm just saying. I know I was not good and grown on my own when I did the thing. I was very much still a youngin'. But I did mine and handled mine.
He was
So-
9.
I know, not that. That's really young. I was like 13 when I lost my virginity.
And that's not much better, sir, just so we clear.
13 is prime. I mean, at 13 in the Jewish communities, you are grown.
Are you Jewish?
He said I was prime.
Lahain.
Mitzvah?
That's all I'm saying.
I think you
Wow.
offended like half of my friends.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Your nickname is going to be Antoine Fisher.
I'm gonna just go on and move past this part of the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like normally you can't stump me as a
Right.
professional, but
It
you
happened.
got me.
It happened.
Well, one thing I know with the communication piece, I think a lot of people do not want to effectively communicate because they are afraid of the answers.
Yes, that.
So instead of giving you the true communication that they want, they give you the sugar and spice. They give you just enough to make you feel good while still having their underlying motives and themes of what they're looking to go ahead and proceed with.
Or on the flip, you're insecure about how they'll respond to your honesty. And so you hide behind, again, it's the same thing, what you think, just the other side of the coin, what you think they want to hear.
And part of that too is what Love McPherson always talks about when she's on the show, is about we've all been hurt in some kind of way in relationships. So the one thing you don't want to do is open a old wound. Right. So you're not going to get deep enough with somebody in order for them to hurt you. Yeah. So you're not going to be open enough for them
to be vulnerable.
So,
but even with that, it's be honest with where you are. Like me myself, I'm on dating websites. I'm on POF. So if anybody's out there listening, and you happen to see my face, and you recognize my face from POF, go ahead and holler at your boy. But anyway,
what is POF?
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish.
Oh,
I see Tasha knows.
I'm a journalist.
Oh, okay.
I'm not on Plenty of Fish.
You're not on Plenty of Fish? You ain't got your hook out there?
So you're not on Backpage?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I had to ask.
I feel like I should.
I'm a journalist.
I should cuss you out, but.
Okay.
But you're a journalist.
Yeah.
You don't have to cuss him out.
I'm not.
I'll cuss him out for you. Oh, never mind. No, but really, even on there, you have the opportunity to place what you are looking for. Are you looking for a relationship? Are you looking for marriage? Are you looking for no commitment? Be honest, because you would be surprised with just how many people are looking for the same thing that you are, and allow yourself that time to heal from whatever past hurts and relationships that you've had, so that you do not bring that into the new. Because you cannot treat the person that you're with now as the person that you were with before. We don't give ourselves that time to heal. Our romance, we want to be loved. We want to be into somebody. We want to be held. We want that affection. But you may not mentally and physically be ready for that, as I'm doing my hands and jazz hands. Thank you.
Where do we tithe?
Send all donations to TLC Talk Radio, care of a Vibrant Mix. I'm just saying. P.O. Box 422. Y'all think this is not a real P.O. Box? South Holland, Illinois.
No, but discussions like this is what we have with Talk About It Tuesday. We have real discussions with real people where you are. We value everyone's opinions because it is your opinion. Doesn't make it fact. It is how you think. But hopefully you'll be open enough to receive information from other people and look at it in such a way that, hey, maybe they have something. Maybe they're onto something. Maybe, just maybe, what I was thinking was a certain way wasn't that way, and you may approach something different. All in all, we want you to grow.
I think that's a great note to end on. Tell us one more time how people can find Netflix and chill. We not in the group, y'all. Help us out.
There is a waiting list. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, no. Some days there is a waiting list.
No, not today. You won't get in today, but hey. No, Netflix and Chill, Chicago. I'm sorry, no, it's under Netflix and Chill. You should be able to search the name, and you should come up. The picture that's along with it, it's a couch. It says Netflix and Chill. There's a TV, because I know there's a couple of groups out there with the same name, but But yeah, you search it, you'll find it.
We'll put a link on the website. Thank you so much, Jackie and Bala, for being a part of a Vibrant Mix once again. You have been in the mix with the Vibrant Mix with Tasha Tamiko and Fred. Don't forget to follow us on all social media at A Vibrant Mix. Catch past shows at avibrantmix.com. And don't forget to follow us on all social media at A Vibrant Mix. We'll catch you in a couple weeks because Easter's coming and we tired next week. I'm just telling you. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.